Hey, so today I'm going to be going into Webbust Nuking and just a little background of where I've been. So if you've seen my previous video, I've been at college and I am just home for a few days. I'm leaving tomorrow in the morning to go back. So this isn't going to be a long video, but it's a pretty easy concept anyway. And I'm going to be at college for another 2 or 3 more weeks, and I'll be back uploading, and I'll be back home for a while after that for break. So that's good. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be covering web busting and web busting nuking in this video. And just to let you guys know, I'm not going to be releasing this right now because it's super ugly. As you can see, I just made it real quick, and I haven't tested it on anything, but it's a very simple concept, and you guys will know how to make it after this. Um, but I'll definitely clean this up when I get back, and I'll release it for you guys. Um, So let's go into a little bit about cobweb busting in general. So this was a concept that was used years and years ago, back when cobweb defenses were allowed. So pretty much what people would do they would stack a bunch of cobwebs up really high, and then say that this is their base. You couldn't break this because with the slab bust because it was floating in midair. So an easy way to combat this was to pretty much, I'm not going to go too far into detail because that's not the point of this video, but you'd put some of your hammer on comparators and your nuke, and you'd pretty much bust this midair, which is what you're essentially doing for your nuke. Not really, but you know, it's a similar concept. So yeah, let's go into how you wire this. So first thing I'm going to point out is that your nuke hammer and your nuke have the exact same amount of dispensers, and that might be weird because usually you have more nuke than nuke hammer, but in this case you could have the exact same amount, and the amount just depends on how far you want to nuke down. So I don't have that much. I'm only nuking 50 blocks ish, so but you can definitely add more. It's whatever you want. The only drawback about having uh, the pro of doing this type of nuke is that you can bust high durability things like obby much better, but it's a little bit, you're using a lot of TNT compared to what you would on a normal nuke. But that's fine. It's your preference if you want to use this or a normal nuke. Just depends on the situation. But yeah. So let's go into how you wire this. So both of these are going to be on comparators, both sides, your nuke and your nuke hammers, in the exact same timing. Um, and how I wire it is I go like this, and I just stack it in rows. I feel like this is very easy to print. You can also just do it like a normal slab thing, where you have it connected. But it gets a little weird when you make giant ones because it's, you know, you get those weird spaces, and printer doesn't always get it. So, but you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to connect them if you don't want to. You just need to make sure that they're on the same timings. Um, and yeah, so that's pretty much it about wiring. As you can see, I did um, that way right here. Just wired it up, and so let's go into the rendering. So the only thing, so everything's on comparators in every single row, except for, okay, so this varies on what people do, but what I've heard is doing just 2 on the last couple of dispensers. You just do 2 repeaters, and that just helps with rendering because these are the last 2 that are going to go off, because you know, the first one will be, the first part technically in the order will be these 2, and this 2, but so these will be last. So you just put repeaters, and it doesn't do anything special, it just helps with rendering. Um, so just make sure to do that. And uh, so now let's go into timing it. So you pretty much time your nuke, or this type of nuke, the same as any other nuke. Just depending on your order of entities. So on this, it's just 13 redstone ticks after my hammer, or sorry, after my hammer. And like, it's just like that cannon was probably, I don't know, 12. It doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure it's right with your order of entities. But you time it just like a normal nuke. So just to recap, your you have the same amount of dispensers for your nuke and your nuke hammer. you have both of them on comparators, except for the very last two, and you have it just timed like a normal nuke, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple. Um, I'm gonna fire it real quick just to show you. So as you can see, it didn't go all the way down, um, just because I didn't have that much, but my platform's right here, my nuke ends right here, so it's not bad at all. But you can always add more. It's just your preference. And yeah, it busted pretty well. So I think that's gonna wrap up my video. Like I said, I'll release this in a couple weeks when I get back and I actually have time to like make it look good and like yeah, so and actually test it. Um, so yeah, let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, any suggestions. I'll make sure to read it. So thanks for watching.